بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم اللهم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. Honorable, respected ulama kiram, hufadhi kiram, brothers, elders, mothers, sisters, and dear respected listeners, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, day 24, almost over. The month of Ramadan, almost done. Tonight, 25th night. 28th juz of the Noble Quran will be completed tonight also. 2 juz left only. Big signs that the Ramadan is almost over. But there are even bigger signs that Qiyamah is close by. Even bigger signs. You look at the signs that have been mentioned by Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam about the signs of Qiyamah, you will find that there are many. And they are visible in this day and age. People, and if you look around, you'll find people, for example, who are not competent enough, will be given high and senior positions, of responsibility. And we find that around in many places. You find music, dancing, singing will become a common thing. To the extent that, if I'm not mistaken, recently in Saudi Arabia there's been a few music concerts there. So if it's happening right at the footsteps of our beloved Master sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what more do we want besides the punishment of Allah Ta'ala? If we can come for namaz or pick up our children and drop off our children while we're listening to music, and then we want the Quran to go into that very same heart, then I'm sorry, we are trying to mix oil and water. And you say, I say this not because I'm making this up, but because you actually find parents will come to drop off them, pick up their child, and they're listening to music, is blasting away. Even with some anashid. Simple ways. So, and you see, the problem is that we find that people, when you want to do something, you say, where is the proof? Show me the proof. Where is haram? Simple thing with music. Where do we find in the life of the Anbiya alayhimus salam or Sahaba ridwanullahi ta'ala alayhim ajma'een that they have listened to music? Yes, the duff was there. You know the duff? It looks like a drum, but one side is open, one side is sealed. That was there. And that was also utilized to make announcements. And unfortunately, we have misinterpreted that. And you've got these, the Pajis come along, and then they, that's what they do for business, isn't it? What do they call them? Come on, don't act like you don't know. Because I don't know. We all know. Tablas? No, not tablas. Tablas is that other thing. These guys, they... Dol bajane wale. So you got the dol. Those guys are announcing. Now I say, no, this is sunnah. This misinterpretation of the sunnah. We have to be very, very careful, because this isn't something that, the Maulvi Sahib said in the masjid. This is something that the greatest of all creation has taught. And what he has allowed, and what he has permitted, and what he has approved of and disapproved of. And for that reason, we have to be very, very careful, because then we're walking on a fine line between doing something which is a sunnah, and the bad part is where we are actually attributing something to Nabi sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. So if a person says, well, dole is there, it is, the same sort of thing, it's a slightly different concept. No, it's not. It's got to be exactly as per specification, then it's fine. If it is used in the way the Sahaba, etc. used it, then that will be fine. Otherwise, you are putting something on the name of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and saying that this is a sunnah and this is totally wrong and it is a big sin. May Allah Ta'ala save us, inshaAllah. So, قَالَ تَزْرَعُونَ سَبْعَ سِنِينَ دَأَبًا فَمَا حَصَدْتُمْ فَذَرُوهُ فِي سُنبُلِهِ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا مِمَّا تَأْكُلُونَ. Now Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, he's still there, the wine bearer of the king. Yeah. He says, you know what, give me permission, I'll go down to the prison, I'll go and see this guy and I'll ask him. And then he goes there and he says, oh, truthful one, can you tell us about this dream that the king is having? Now look at this and think about it, those of us that are in any kind of business. If your competitor came to you and said, you know what, I want you to give me the details of all your suppliers and all the people you buy from, who's the good companies, who's the people to watch out for, would we be ready as Muslimin, Mu'mineen, to help someone run their own business by saying, look, here's all my suppliers? Chances are we won't. Because we'll say, to mera khana kha jayega. He's going to take my rosy away. Isn't it? We're going to be worried that, he's going to, if I do that, then he's going to come open a shop right in front of me. He knows how much I buy for, he'll sell it cheaper than I'm selling. Yeah? Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, a Nabi, and like I've always said, is that every story that you find in the Noble Quran, in there are lessons for all of us. Yusuf alayhi salam, he's told the dream. What does he do? He does three things. He doesn't just give the ta'bir of the dream, the interpretation of the dream. He goes further than that. He gives the tadbir and he gives the tabshir. What is tadbir? The plan of action. What is the tabshir? The good news. Yeah, so he's come, to you, Yusuf alayhi salam, that he's asking you that what does this dream mean? So okay, this is what the dream means, that you'll find 7 years of good crop and 7 years of bad crop. Okay, so what now? What do I do? You go, give me a plan of action. What do I do now? You're saying 7 years. How is that going to work? How do I do things? So he says, don't worry. Without even asking for it, being asked for it, Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, he first interprets the dream. That look here, that what you see is that the weak camels, the weak cows, they are coming and they're taking over. If I can digress for a second, Yusuf alayhi salam is in prison. Allah Ta'ala wants him out of prison, but he's not just going to jump out, get out of jail free card. He's not playing Monopoly here. Yeah. How is he going to come out of jail? Allah Ta'ala makes a system. The people of Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, you find that one of their men passed away. Well, actually he was murdered. And when he was murdered, the people went to Musa alayhi salam and they said, how do we find out? Ask your Rabb, how do we find out who murdered him? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down an ayah, and tasbahu baqara, that they must slaughter a cow. Lovely, tasty, special steak. But no, these guys wanted to be difficult. And sometimes we are also like that. When you have the opportunity, someone says, you know what, this is all you got to do. But what about this? What about that? Why like this? Why not like that? Show me the proof. And then eventually you find that you end up like a Bani Israeli with a very, very, very difficult position. Allah Ta'ala said, O Musa, tell your people they must slaughter a cow. Once they've slaughtered that cow, they must take a piece of flesh from there, hit it on that person. That person will momentarily wake up. He will say, this is the person that murdered me, and then he will naturally pass away straight away. Now, when we don't want to do something, we start asking too many questions sometimes. Yeah? Not because we want to do it and we want to do it properly. Sometimes your wife says, don't forget to buy something on the way back. And then you start asking too many questions. And then you realize, yeah, Allah, it was a loaf of bread. Now I have to buy half a trolley load of stuff. Yeah, now you can't pakad liya. Yeah. Here what happened is that they said, okay, so now, all right, okay, so we've got to slaughter a cow. What sort of cow is going to be? Any cow. The answer is given to them, فَفْعَلُوا مَا تُؤْمَرُونَ. Just do what you are being told to do. How many times your children done that? فَفْعَلُوا مَا تُؤْمَرُونَ. But I'm just telling you, take this and go give it to your mother. I never asked you lambi tori stories, but then they want to make life difficult. And then what happens? Then you get wound up and then you make their life difficult. You had Muhammad Yusuf, don't ask too many questions. Yeah? You know this. All the others, they don't know that. So they're going to wind their parents up. Right? So Allah Ta'ala says, فَفْعَلُوا. Just do what I'm telling you to do. Just slaughter the cow. Khalas. They said, no. We want to know what sort of cow. Must it be a big cow? Must it be a thin cow? Must it be a fat cow? Must it be a young cow? Must it be a cow that is used in tillage? Must be, what color must the cow must be? Well, you're not buying a car. But then because of their difficulties, it ended up like a canary yellow M3, for those who know. Yeah, I know the old shape, the dolphin shape. What was that, the 1-2? I also don't know. But you know which one I'm talking about. That one was a lovely one. After that, khair. So what happened is that eventually, Allah Ta'ala said, right, okay, it's got to be a healthy cow. And it's got to be like this. And this is a description. And it's got to be a yellow-colored cow. But that cow mustn't have ever been used for any sort of farming. Yeah, not 4 or 5. That was probably 400, 500 kilos. Yeah, that cow has to be of a specific type. Now they've made their life difficult because now you're looking for that specific color cow with the specific specs and mods and everything. And for those of you that are in cars, they will know that now you have to hunt every showroom nationally. Just going to the local one in Leicester, you're not going to find it. You're going to have to troll through the internet, and then maybe you might find one drive right under your nose, but the guy is not selling it. Yeah? But then there's khair for you in that. But these guys, they made their life difficult. Then eventually, you see, when Allah Ta'ala, what I said, when Allah Ta'ala wants to do something for you, and your niyat is good, He wants to make a plan for you, it doesn't necessarily have to happen, like a magic jack in a box, something. All of a sudden you wake up and you find 200,000 pounds or 2 million pounds in your bank account. If that's the case, someone's probably doing fraud. Be careful. Yeah, don't just go on a spending spree. Someone did that recently. He thought he won so much of money in the lottery, and he started advertising and bought bubbly and everything, and then when he went to cash the ticket, he found out it's only worth 6 quid. Yeah, so not even one bottle of bubbly got covered for the bichara. So khair, Allah Ta'ala wanted to make, there was a young man who used to serve his mother. Brothers, move forward please. Fill up all the stuffs. Move forward, fill up all the stuff, so it's easier for the brothers coming in afterwards. So this young man, Allah Ta'ala wanted to make him really wealthy because of his love and care for his mother. Yeah, He wanted to make him wealthy because he used to really look after his mother. He used to take care of her, see to her needs. So he had this beautiful yellow cow. Now the Bani Israel come to him and they say, hey, you got this cow, we want to buy it. Because they found lots of cows. Some were yellow, but it had been used for farming. Or it was yellow, not used for farming, but it was too old. Or, like that, they had found so many cows, but now they found the right one and only. Now they say to this man, and they, when a person is desperate, people take advantage, and you shouldn't do that. But, hey, sometimes you can call your shot, you can call your price. Sometimes you have something that's an investment, and you can call your price on it, that's fine. So this young man saw the desperation of these people. They said, listen, no matter what, we want this cow. You have to sell us this cow. We're not going to let go from here until you have sold us this cow. So what happened is, this young man was clever. He says, no problem. The cow is yours on condition that you give to me gold in the weight of this cow. A cow normally weighs up to about a ton. It's about the weight of a micra, I think. I think so. Why do I know that on micra? I don't know. But yeah. But it's something like that. Someone Googled it quickly. I give you permission to use your phone. What is the weight of an average cow? Hafizab, Joilio Jalli. 5, yeah, all right, okay. I thought it was about half a ton. He says, you give me whatever the weight of this cow is in pure gold. He says that the narrator and the Mufassirin say that this man had blocks and, bricks and you name it of gold being put in front of him until they had 750. That's a nice, lovely sirloin one, yeah? Okay, chalo. India mein jara pata bhi hai na. Barabar nahi khara hota. That's why India Qurbani is cheap. When you come to me for Qurbani, why you think you get it cheap? Right? So khair, he got a full amount of gold. So from being the owner of one cow, not calling your other half, that is not right, by the way. No matter even if size is like that or the behavior is like that or whatever it is.